Hello friends! Hello. My name is Janessa Oriel and I'm the head of community here at Sell with Amy, and I love to go live each day with you right here in the hashtag Powered by Amy Facebook community on Facebook. If you're watching this via YouTube, thank you so much. I would love it if you could like and subscribe down below. I always feel funny saying that, but it would be really helpful. We'd love to make sure that you get all the goodness right available in your inbox as these videos come out. What I wanted to talk about today is genuinely checking in with you and encouraging you, if you have the bandwidth, to check in with others. And I say that because as of today, it's the middle of February, the vast majority of the United States is literally frozen or below freezing temperatures, and that is not normal for us. I am on the West Coast, the area that is not frozen, and we have power, and we have water, and we have heat, and we have the things that we need in order to survive. And those who are used to freezing temperatures likely have the same. We know that there's some areas that don't have the same thing. So we're going to get a little heavy, and the reason I want to be able to get heavy is to, one, acknowledge that there's a lot going on outside of our control. Okay, there's a lot going on outside of your current control. There's a lot going on outside your customers' control. There's a lot going on that we no longer, you can't control it. And so I want you to be able to, hi Trish, I want you to be able to acknowledge that and recognize that there's a lot going on, and it's challenging. Okay. 2021 is challenging, as was 2020. And so I feel like we have a little bit of the same conversations going on, but I want you to be able to know what you can control, okay? For the most part, you have the opportunity to, one, check in with yourself and see how you're doing. Check your to-do list, and if this is overwhelming, that's okay. I give you permission to acknowledge that maybe this is a lot. It's one of the reasons why we actually split up things into these buckets, okay? So that way you have the ability to say, you know what, today I'm just going to strengthen my community. I'm going to work on those. Or I'm only going to re-engage with the past orders. Or maybe I'm just going to log the orders from the last few days, right? Maybe that's what you can manage and handle for your business. Now, I want to encourage you, even if things are really hard and there's a lot outside your control, one thing you can control is how much you dive into this. Maybe you ignore it, right? One of the reasons why we started Sell with Amy is because we wanted to be able to create an opportunity for you to dive into your business as you can with the small segments of time, right? You don't have to do all of them. There are, how many to-dos? A lot. 20. I can see it down here, okay? There's 20 to-dos. I've done 3, okay? That's a win. I want to make sure that you're being kind to yourself and you're giving yourself the wins. If you tackled 3 to-dos today, congratulations, even if you still have 20 to go. That's okay. In this situation, maybe 3 is all I'm going to tackle today, and I encourage you, if 3 is what you're going to tackle today, I want you to celebrate that. But then I want you to also, if you have the bandwidth, right, the emotional bandwidth, I'm going to show you a way to build on those relationships, like legitimately build on the relationships, not just to sell things, right? Because we're not here to sell things all the time. It's lovely and we love it and it's fun and it's exciting, but sometimes when you've built a true relationship, it's not about the sales, and that's what I'm speaking to right now. So what I want to share with you is I want to teach you, or at least go over how to utilize the filter, and specifically to reach out to those who are likely in a pickle, okay? A pickle, a challenge. Is a pickle used as a conundrum everywhere else in the world? Maybe, maybe not. I selected the filter, and now I'm going to point out that we actually have a filter by location. So if I wanted to go find friends, for example, that are currently in Texas, okay, I can apply that, and I can see I have 3 contacts in Texas. Now, if I hit apply again, I can see those 3 individuals, and these are 3 people that I'm going to want to have a reach out and just say, how's it going? Is there anything that you need from me? How can I help? Right? Even if you can't help from a monetary sense, just reaching out and connecting with people that might be having a hard time I strongly encourage it, because it goes back to, hi Selena, it goes back to we're building those relationships and we're making sure that we're caring about other people and we're reaching out and saying, I see you, I care about you, right? Additionally, if you happen to be in Texas, we have a number of friends in Texas, or wherever there's a lot of things outside your control, I encourage you to go through and connect with others. It can be in your own state, it can be in your own area, but I encourage you to reach out, because oftentimes right now there's so much outside your control. You have the opportunity to reach out. You've got, if we were to reset these filters, I just reset it. You've got however many contacts are listed here. I have 32. You have however many contacts are here that you can connect and reach out to, because people care. Okay, so I want to encourage you, if there's a lot outside your control, look at what is within your control and what you can do. And I say that, and I know it's heavy, guys. I know it's heavy. If you do a filter and you don't have anyone in a specific area, but you have customers there, I'm going to encourage you, for my friends who maybe don't have all their contacts in yet, one of my favorite things to be able to tout and share about is, if you have not yet utilized the contact form right here, if you've not yet utilized this and copied this contact form link, copy it. We're going to go ahead and pop over to paste and go. If you've not yet utilized this contact form, this is a great way to be able to allow your customers to be able to update their information with you. If you have maybe just phone numbers or maybe just email addresses, right? Typically, sometimes people will just enter the email address or the phone number. This allows your customers to update their information within Sell with Amy, so you have the opportunity to reach out to them when things might be a little bit challenging. Okay, and I encourage you to do this on, I was gonna say a quarterly basis, but if you have a new catalog that just launched, it's catalog season, right? If you have a new catalog, now's the time to be able to gather this information. And if you have the opportunity to send out samples, you can tell people, put samples down in the notes section. And that way it reminds you, I need to get some samples out to this particular individual. Everyone's quiet today. It's probably because I dove into a deep subject, but it was one of those things felt like I needed to do, right? Sometimes we just need to remind ourselves it's okay to keep it small. It's okay to reach out to others. It's okay to not feel like doing those things, but doing one small thing for your business each day. And that's where, if you are to go back to celebrating the small wins, right? Celebrate how many to-dos you were able to tackle today. Maybe you don't have a ton of to-dos here because you have not, oh yes, I'm going to read that in just a minute. Maybe you realize that you don't have a lot of to-dos here because maybe you haven't logged your orders this week or this month or this year. We have some friends that recently re-upped using their Sell with Amy account. Previously, they were not using it. What I meant by that is it just wasn't something that they were utilizing. They were going with old systems and working their sales as they normally would. They went back here and they had their best month ever in a J month in January. So I encourage you, if you're not doing at least 1 to 2 things a day in Sell with Amy, I strongly encourage you to come visit your app. It's waiting for you. Selena said she just tried using her filter for Texas and people and realized you have some people missing that you need to import. Thanks for sharing this tip. I use contact form regularly and it makes capturing information so efficient. Thank you, Selena, for sharing that. That's an excellent testimonial for utilizing the contact form. Sometimes we get so stuck in all the things, the launches, the sharing out of new stuff, the fact that there's a lot going on right now. Maybe your industry changed. Maybe you had a boom with, maybe you had a boom over the summer because, like, for example, nail salons were closed and now they're open again in the areas that they're allowed to be open again. And maybe you don't have that same kind of boom, but maybe connect with your customers to see how are they doing. Even if they're having their nails done, you can still connect and reach out to them. And that's what I want to share with today, primarily. I do want to keep it short. I do want to keep it sweet. But I also want to make sure that I am giving you permission to be okay with wherever you're at in your business right now. If you want to see it grow, I know that you know what you need to do to grow your business. I also know that there's a big thing that sometimes can be in combat with that, and that's oftentimes time. I know what I need to do, but I don't have the time to do it. I know what I need to do, but I don't have the time to do it. But if you get started, you do a little bit. You reach out to someone genuinely to check in on them as opposed to ask about their sale. Now we want you to do the follow-ups, of course, but if you're reaching out to someone just to say, I'm checking in on you because I care, it's going to mean the world to them, and it'll feel good in your heart too. So that's the premise today. If you have additional experiences or questions or want to know a little bit more how to dive into maybe the filtering, if we were to go back to contacts, diving into the filtering, we can put some related articles down below, but this is more of this is not necessarily a rote, here's how to use Sell with Amy, right? This is one of those conversations. This is how you do business. And this is how you do business when things are really challenging. You connect with those that might be having a hard time because you care. And I know you care. I absolutely know you care. If you downloaded this app, it's because you care about your customers, you care about your business. And so we do our best to provide all the tools to allow all those things you need right at your fingertips, right? And so if we encourage, or if you have all of it right at your fingertips, whether it be here or we have a desktop portal as well for your laptops and desktops and computers that are not held in your hand, you have all that you need to quickly and easily reach out to your people. And if the information's not there, as Selena shared, she recognized some of the individuals that she knows should be coming up. She can reach out to them and say, hey, I know you're there. She's going to be really mindful about providing that contact form to make sure to reach out, right? She's not necessarily going to go, I hear that you're boiling snow. Can you please fill out this form? But she can start a conversation and go, I realized that I don't have all the information that I need, and I'd love to be able to send a card, a snail mail, right? Happy mail, whatever works, although I'm not sure how all that's working out either. So I am here to remind you again, give yourself, be kind with yourself when things are outside of your control. Reach out to those that you genuinely care about, specifically if you can target specific areas, they will appreciate it as well. And drop below if you were able to watch this hashtag live, or if you're here for our hashtag after party, which is what we call our replay. I would love to be able to know that as well. Thanks so much for joining me today, whether you're live or replay. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this, and I strongly encourage you to reach out. And again, be kind to yourself. Thanks, friends. Bye.